What's up, Pan Dudes? Peter von Panda here. Just ordered and received another Casio watch. It comes packaged like this, and this one is nice because it actually has a little plastic bag. So this is the Casio Men's MDV106-1A stainless steel watch, and what you can see from here is it's kind of a cool looking watch. Again, this is part of me taking a look at a bunch of watches that are not just pretty cheap, but cheap. It comes with some plastic right on there, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. But what I kind of dug about this watch is that you get kind of that good-looking diver style, a little bit casual, you know, a pretty solid case and a pretty good sized watch for not a lot of money. So I'm going to just measure the bezel here, and let's go ahead and get you focused in so you can see it as well. And you're looking at a 44 millimeter case. So this is kind of right squarely in the middle of a pretty good average sized modern watch. Black outer bezel, black dial with a very, very classic diver's design on it. So first thing, that dial is sunk in there pretty well. It's just a simple flat dial. Let me see if I can get a little bit of that reflection off the there, but there's no embellishment on the dial per se, and the hour markers have the little dots, very similar to other divers' watches, most notably the very high-end divers' watches that do that. It has a bezel that does move. Man, this thing is tight though. So you got to give it a little muscle, a little torque to move it around. Unidirectional, goes all the way around. Again, this is really just mimicking that same style that you really think of as divers watches. So from current to vintage watches, they have that style. Even the hands, especially with that arrow at the tip of the hour hand, is pretty common, and the red paint on the second hand is a nice touch. Date window here, water resistance to 200 meters. Screw down crown, I'm sure. Let's give it a shot and find out. Yep, pops out. Take it to the first position here. Time. I may have missed the first position actually. Oh, maybe there's only one position. So if I go all the way past midnight, maybe that's how we change the date. So the date and time are set with the same stage in the crown. I can tell you, actually, popping out that crown, it feels a little loose, and the threading on screwing that crown back in doesn't quite feel as I don't know, as precise, secure as it does on higher end watches. But like I said, for a cheap watch, for a $35, $45 watch, you get a lot of good style here. A good name brand that you know is going to run pretty well with the Casio Quartz movement. The back is just a screw off stainless steel back, and it's stamped with the appropriate information. So I do like this case. The crown has pretty good protection there, and like many divers' watches, this one comes with a rubber band on it. Thing I'll tell you about this is it doesn't seem... Again, this band feels a little more plasticky than rubber to me. Feels a little stiff. It's pretty light, so that's kind of a nice feature of it. But the trade-off there is it doesn't really feel as thick, as substantial as it does on other rubber bands. And so this feels like something that, with heavy day-to-day use, you may actually have to replace because it's probably not going to be worth repairing, because it seems like I could actually tear this pretty easily. And now I have not worn it to give you a durability test, but that's what it feels like. And the crown has some nice serrations on the edge here, or the bezel does, to grip it. And like many divers' watches, I assume it has lume, so let's check that out. Divers' watch, let's take a look. Like many divers' watches, you need lume when you go under the water, and this one absolutely has it. Lume on the hour and minute hands, and actually at the tip of that second hand, as you can see moving around, and then lume at the 12 o'clock position on the bezel, so that's very nice. You could actually use this as a diver's watch because you could set that to a time and watch your minute hand approach it. So truly all the functions of a diver's watch are a pretty good value. If you actually wanted to dive with it, I bet you could. Obviously no deeper than 200 meters, but for 40 bucks, you can't go wrong. A lot of great style. Definitely has a, it's built to look like classic divers watches like the Rolex Submariners and things like that. So not to be a poser, but it works. Panda out.